Hello, it's Lolly. I recently had a jar of jelly that came with this little snap-on lid, and I was fascinated by it because it's so shallow. And of course, I had a hard time throwing it away because I wanted to do something with it. So I thought I would make a large dangly thing, maybe a charm with it. So I cut out a circle to match that, and I played around with different circle sizes on scrap until I found the right size, and then I traced it out on my paper. Of course, well, I knew I was very wasteful cutting it right out of the middle of the paper, but I wanted the little raccoon in there, and he's so cute. I just distressed the edge with Tim Holtz walnut stain, and I'm going to use the Judy Ken's diamond glaze. And I just coat the back of the thing I'm going to put down, but this is a very uneven surface here, so I'm trying to fill in the lower recessed areas first because I know they need a little extra of the glaze. And then if I have too much and it squishes out around this, that's fine too, because it's part of my plan anyway. So what I thought I would do is to put this down with a layer of the glaze, let it set. I'm just trying to get this really smooth. I'm going to let it set, and then I will do another layer and maybe even 2 layers on the top. Ooh, this is a perfect fit. It just snaps right down into the lid. I'm so glad I practiced on scrap paper. So I'm just going to, well, let me close this. I have a habit of leaving my bottles open and they dry on me. I'm just going to lightly tap this into place as it's drying to make sure I get a good seal around the edges there as it's drying. So what I was thinking is that I'm going to let this dry. Then I'm going to put another layer of diamond glaze and let that dry, and then maybe build up from there, like maybe cut out some more mushrooms, and maybe, I saw a fox on here. There's a part of him there. I think I have another piece of paper where the fox is on that, the whole fox. And then I could put another layer there and another layer of glaze and just keep building up like that, and maybe see if I can get 2 or 3 layers in here. And I want to see if it'll give any really cute dimension to this. I'm not sure how it'll work, so this is an experiment. That is so cute. Okay, I'm back, and I forgot to mention with diamond glaze, you don't shake the bottle. You can do it like this to make sure it's mixed up, but you don't want to create a lot of air bubbles in here. Same thing with Mod Podge. You don't want to get air bubbles in there, and it still may bubble up as you're going around. As you are working on your project. So I have fussy cut another tree, a fox, which is not in this particular picture, another little mushroom there. And I plan on seeing if I can layer this up. So first thing I want to do is get a coat of this on the bottom. And then I'm going to let it dry. But as I'm letting it dry, I'm going to watch it for the first 5 minutes or so, because this does tend to get some bubbles in it. Blowing on them doesn't work, but what you can do is to touch the bubble. I have tried pins before, but I find I have better success touching the bubble with a little scrap piece of paper. So I just went around. Let's see if I can zoom in here a little bit for you. That's a little better. I'll move this. I went around the edges to create a border. Oops, I just got a bubble in there. I know it. So I'm going around now and filling in the detail. Filling in the center, I mean. So anyway, I have found it helps to pop the bubbles with a scrap piece of paper. I don't know the dryness of it, whatever. It seems to work better for me. So when you're doing this and you're looking for bubbles, get the light to shine on it. Look on it a little sideways so you can really get a good look at it to see if you caught every area with the diamond glaze. Okay, now I see my bubbles, and I don't know that you can actually see them. Let's see. Here's one right here I think you can see. So I'm just touching it with paper, and while it's still pretty wet, that does not want to come out either. I'm just going around and popping these. Okay, so this is completed. You can still see the center is not completely flat, but that happens because this wasn't completely flat. So I have the first tree here, and I want to go ahead and layer that in there next. Now, it won't have a complete, if I can get this out of there, I do this every time. There. It won't be a significant appearance of layering because this is not a real thick layer. The diamond glaze is not super thick. If you used ice resin, it would really show up as being layered. Well, let me see what I did here. Got it. I like to turn it upside down and get the first dot out of there, because then I know that I'm not going to get an explosion of bubbles. So I want to get this thoroughly coated here. Oop. And drop it upside down on the table. Isn't that the way of it? Now let's see if I can center that over what I already have. Now it will squish out, but I think that should be okay. As long as it squishes out rather flat, I'm doing all right. I just don't want a big mountain of it right. So I'm kind of smoothing out what's squished out to hopefully give me a flat process here. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to coat the entire thing again once more. Close the bottle, Lolly. Close it up. Okay, we have the second tree on there. It's dry. You can just see an outline around it that it is sticking up from the other picture. I'm going to take the diamond glaze and go around it again. This time it's going to get a full coat again. So basically what I do is I do a full coat on there, then I go around and add just a picture, let that dry, and then do a full coat. So hopefully I will do this, and then I'll, when this one's dry, I'm going to add either the, there's no fox on here. I'm going to add a fox or add another of the mushrooms. We'll see how that goes. And again, I'm getting this in the light to make sure that I have complete coverage, because when you're missing a spot, you can see it's dimpled. And close that, and I see a big bubble right there. And it's not popping. It will come up eventually. Wow, it's a stubborn one. Okay, we will let this dry and come back. Okay, so here is the end result. What I didn't show every single step because, like I said, it was just repetitive. But there was a layer of the diamond glaze over the original layer of paper, and then I put another layer of tree, a layer of diamond glaze, another layer of mushroom, a layer of diamond glaze. I cut out the fox from the same paper collection but from a different part of the paper, and then a layer of diamond glaze. And if you can see, there's little flowers here, and I glued clear little stones right there, gems, and cut out the word Woodland Forest from the paper set. It was, again, a little strip of border. And then I took the jute that came in the kit and tied a knot in it, and then glued the ends of it around here like that, so I would have a hanger. And I just cut out a piece of cardstock to match the back, and this is a stamp that I bought, custom made on Etsy. And that's it. That's this charm here. I love it. And if you have any questions, just ask me. I do notice, by the way, you can see now I'm getting it. There's several bubbles right in here that I didn't see at the angle I was looking at when I first made it, but still very cute, very happy with it. Hope that you like that too, and thank you for watching.